Excellent. All right, family. So yes, welcome. My name is Tyra Clark, and I'll be your moderator for today. This is an inspiring and informative series we're grateful for you all to be a part of. This series is called Black Businesses Rising, How to Do Business with the City. And it is an online 8-part lecture series presented by the Black Leaders Collective, centered around conversations that stem from the collective's economic and workforce development action item 1.2. You all can see that on the Eventbrite, but we're going to send information out when we recap the series on those action items and those initiatives. The Black Leaders Collective goal is, through this initiative, to offset disparities, develop and train competitive Black-led orgs and small businesses. Develop and train competitive Black-led small businesses and intentionally rebuild equity. These conversations will strengthen a strategic roadmap Black-led orgs can utilize to cut out the guesswork, get in the game, and do business with the city, and do business on a state and federal level. So we're giving you the tools. In this particular series, this session, I'll talk to you about how the Q&A will work, but our topic today is how to certify your business. And it is being presented by the wonderful Miss Sandra Fabian-Ramirez. Is it Fabian?
Fabian, yes.
Fabian Ramirez. She is with the City of Austin Small Minority Business Resource Department. Woohoo! Ms. Sandra joined the Small and Minority Business Resource Department certification team in May 2020. She comes to the City of Austin with many years of business development and project management experience. During her tenure with SMBR, she has enjoyed the opportunity to meet entrepreneurs, to hear how their hard work following their dreams has allowed them to become successful business owners. So Ms. Sandra is amazing. She'll be taking Q&A at the end of the presentation. Meanwhile, her partner in crime, Ms. Deanna Brown, who's in the chat, going strong, she'll be answering chat questions along the way if you didn't want to wait till the end. This topic will be from 5:30 to 6:30. And yeah, that's pretty much it on my end. Thank you so much again for being here, Ms. Sandra. We appreciate you. And
thank you for having.
Yes, ma'am. Let me pin you here and we can get started whenever you are ready.
Great, thank you. Yes, I will share my screen. I have a presentation queued up. And thank you for joining session 4 today, How to Certify Your Business, Certification 101. So the things that we will be talking about today is what is certification, benefits of certification, certification types that are offered by the City of Austin, certification requirements, how to get started, and additional information that I could provide as well. What is certification? It's the determination of a business owner's eligibility to participate in the minority-owned and women-owned business enterprise, also known as the MBE and WBE. Also the disadvantaged DBE and the airport concession disadvantage ACDBE procurement programs. The certification division verifies that the business and the owners are eligible to participate and comply with ordinances and city code through reviews of your applications, your supporting documents, and interviews. It encourages minority and women-owned firms to participate on city and federal contracts by establishing special procurement goals. These goals for participation are going to differ. It's going to differ from contract to contract based on the type of contract, as well as the availability of the certified firm to perform the functions that are on that contract. And there's also other factors as well. We will discuss some of the benefits of certification now. Certification will help enhance procurement opportunities and increase your visibility. So the firm will be placed on the availability list as well as the SMBR website as an approved vendor and on the TUCP website. Certification and assistance is provided at no cost at all to the application. There's no cost for application fees. Prime contractors are required to solicit certified firms to meet program participation requirements. City of Austin certification is also recognized by other governmental entities, and we also make recommendation to Hub for state certifications. ACDB and DBE certifications are recognized by all statewide recipients of federal funds. Those are just some of the benefits of certification. So now we have a breakout of certifications that are offered by the City of Austin. The first two on the table are the minority-owned and women-owned business enterprise, also known as the MBE and WBE. These are projects that are funded by City of Austin. The applicant must not have a personal net worth more than 1.583 million. And there may be a site audit that's required. Site audits for City of Austin, MBE and WBE is going to depend on the firm structure as well as the business type. So all construction and trucking firms will require a site audit. We also offer certification for SBE, Small Business Enterprise. That is funds for projects from the City of Austin. There is no requirement for PNW, and a site audit may be required, also depending on your structure and business type. Now we will go into the DBE certifications and ACDBE certifications. These are federal funded projects, and the applicant must not exceed 1.320 on your personal net worth. And site audit is required for all new applicants for DBE and ACDBE. I'd also like to point out, if a firm is minority and women owned, you can be duly certified as MBE and WBE. So we will talk about the MBE and WBE certification requirements. You must be a for-profit small business as defined by the SBA Small Business Administration. You must be at least 51% owned, managed, and controlled by a socially and economically disadvantaged individual. You must be a U.S. citizen or legally admitted resident. You must have experience directly related to the firm's primary scope of work. And you must have a facility with resources located in Texas for at least 90 days prior to submitting application. Now, I wanted to clarify on the first item, the certifications are for for-profit companies, but nonprofit companies are also encouraged to sign up and do business with the City of Austin. All firms can go online, register in Vendor Connection, create a profile, and let us know what type of services and products that they offer. Certification is not available for nonprofits, but we do encourage you to do business with the City of Austin. Who is considered socially disadvantaged? A socially disadvantaged individual is someone who belongs to one of the following presumed groups: Asian American, African American, Native American, Hispanic, or women. Individuals not in one of the presumed groups above may be eligible for certification. However, you must prove your socially disadvantaged status. So who is considered economically disadvantaged? So for the MBE and the WBE, your personal net worth, your P&W, cannot exceed 1.583 million and 1.32 million for the DBE and ACDBE. Any individual's P&W does not include any of the following. It's only the applicant's share of the assets that they hold personally. So if you're married, your P&W will exclude community property assets held directly by your applicant spouse, individuals' ownership interests in the applicant firm, individuals' equity in their residence, primary residence, and any tax and interest penalties if retirement and savings were distributed at the present time. So here's a list of supporting documents that you will submit with your application. We would want to see a resume of all owners and key staff, a personal net worth statement, or an alternate P&W for the local M and WB programs, 3 years of your personal tax returns, proof of citizenship, so a copy of your passport, birth certificate, or legal residency, and also a copy of any professional licenses. We also would like to see 3 years of your business tax returns, your business bank signature card, company documents based on your structure, lease agreement, and a copy of recent payments. If it's a home business, we'd like to see your home tax statement. Also, proof of contributions that were made to acquire ownership or start the business, equipment lists, contracts, and invoices. Also, keep in mind, all information that you provide to the City of Austin is confidential. So now we will go over the DBE, Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program. DBE is used for federally funded projects receiving U.S. Department of Transportation funds, such as aviation, highways, and public transit. City of Austin is part of the Texas Unified Certification Program, and we are responsible for certifying businesses in the 5 counties below: Travis County, Bastrop County, Williamson County, Hayes County, and Caldwell County. The ACDB program, also known as the Airport Concession Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, is certification that's used for any airport receiving federal funding. Projects for ACDB are federally funded by the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, and the following airports participate in the ACDBE program. That's the Austin Bergstrom International Airport, Dallas Fort Worth Airport, Dallas Love Field, Houston Bush International Airport, Houston Hobby, and all other major airports in Texas. We now will talk about the Small Business Enterprise, SBE certification. SBE certification is required to participate in the Small Business Construction Program. The firm must be a small business as defined by the SBA guidelines, subsector 238 for specialty trade contractors. You must have 3 years average gross receipts that do not exceed 16.5 million. Owners will have a CPA complete an affidavit attesting to the firms meeting this size standard. And we'd also like to see the owner's resume. The Small Business Construction Program is a program that's collaborative effort between SMBR and the Capital Contracting Office, and it was established in 2011. This program has been designed for construction projects under $50,000 that are city funded. This program is race gender neutral, and opportunities are scope specific related work in the construction field. I know we've covered a lot so far. Do we have any questions? If we have any questions, you can jot them in the chat or you can hold them to the end. We will have a Q&A time. So after getting all of this great information about certifications and the benefits of being certified for local and federal funded, I know you guys are thinking, how do we get started? So now we will talk about the steps to take to get certified with the City of Austin. First, you're going to want to register your business with the City of Austin Purchasing Database, which is also called Vendor Connection. I've listed the website here for you guys. In order to sign up for Vendor Connection, you will need an email account. You will enter that email account to set up a profile, and then you will also be asked to select commodity codes. Commodity codes are the scope of work and services that your company provides. This is how you will be identified in solicitations that you will receive based off of these commodity codes that you enter on your vendor profile. Once you complete setting up your vendor profile, then you're going to complete an application to be certified in one or many of the certifications that the City of Austin offers. So you will complete an application, you will upload all of the required documents on SMBR's certification and compliance system, also known as CCS. And that website is listed for you as well. So this is a little snapshot of what the certification and compliance system, CCS, looks like. You will go to this page here. Down at the bottom, you will go to vendor certifications, and then you will go to apply for certifications. This will also give you some of the minimum requirements that we talked about as well. It has some handy links in case you have questions. If you're having technical difficulties, it will let you get to technical support and also talk to SMBR to get some assistance. New certifications will allow you to create an account and upload your application. And then once you are certified, this will also be the same portal that you will go to submit any renewals or update your certification. So now we will talk about SMBR contacts. SMBR is located at 811 Barton Springs Road, and we're in Suite 805. There are 6 business development counselors. Myself, Deanna Brown is the supervisor, Miss Marisa Aldrete, Ricky Allen, Ana Bernal, Michelle Meadows, Fabiana Gonzalez Herrera, and our numbers are attached here if you have any questions as well. So this is a quick list of acronyms that we use today. And then I've also included some helpful links. So there's some links for the Small and Minority Business Resource Department, City of Austin Purchasing Database, which is also the Vendor Connect, where you go and set up your profile and get registered with the city. CCS Compliance System, where you submit your application. You can also go to the TUCP website for opportunities. And then I've also included the NAICS website where you can go and look up your primary NAICS number. You can also go look at your size standards, and any City of Austin small business program links are here as well. So thank you so much for sitting through. I know that was a lot.
Yeah,
Is there
that was
anybody
much.
that has any questions?
Okay, and feel free. Thank you, Miss Sandra, for that. That was great. A lot of information, but we're recording this, and we'll be sending you all this when we get everything finalized, so you can kind of digest it on your own. But if you have a question, you can come off mic and video too, if you like, for all family. Okay, guys. Yes, it's possible to have a, yes. So if you all signed up for our, there is an Eventbrite link going out for this series. And I'll put it back in the chat, highly suggest you just sign up for a date. That way we can get your email and send an email blast with the playback when we get things cleaned up and finalized, not clean, in order for you to be able to read and review. All the recordings will be together for the entire series. That's right. Is it possible to see?
Ms. Shanta Berry, did you have a question? I saw that you took yourself off of mute.
No, I didn't. Sorry.
No problem.
Hi, this is Sharon Mays. I did have a question. Is it possible to just get the presentation? I think the recording will be great, but it would be great to just have a copy of this presentation. There's so much great information in this, and it would be easier to look at it in a file than to try and like write it down from the presentation. I would personally love to have kind of a hard copy of it.
Sure, I can email it to you. Ms. Tyra, will you have the presentation slideshow available or just the recording?
Just to record. Well, I'm glad that is completely up to for your permission to give us. We were just going to have the recording and resource, good information, but not the actual presentations. I didn't know if it was proprietary. But if you can allow us to attach that to the wrap up information, that would be great. And we can do that.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And if it's not included, then we can also email it as well.
Okay. So I'm going to put your Miss Sandra's, let me put your information in the chat one more time, and then the Eventbrite link. That way people can reach out to you for any additional questions. And Miss Brown, Miss Deanna, do you want me to put your information as well, or do we want to?
Sure. We do have
Okay.
a presentation, all of our contact information, as well as the main email. Sandra, can you switch to that slide? Someone asked if you could put that up real quick. I wanted to kind of point out that we also have the email address. It's the second line down. That email address is a general email that goes to every single person that's on the list. So if you have any certification questions at all, you can email that email address, smbrcertification@austintexas.gov, and it goes to all of us. That way, if somebody's out of the office, out to lunch, on vacation, sick, it goes to everyone and someone will answer right away. So that's a great way to get a hold of us. So use that definitely. And then if I could, someone asked what kind of businesses need the certification. Tish, I think that was you. Although the city of Austin has a lot of firms that are in the construction business, because if you think about it, usually government entities, municipalities, especially somebody like City of Austin is going to do a lot of construction, right? But don't think that that's the only kind of business that we do. We buy things. We also need other services. We have all kinds of companies that are certified with the City of Austin. Sometimes people use the certification as a marketing tool. Sometimes people use it actually to do some contracting with the city or the state or the federal government, because we can do all of those, as Sandra said in her presentation. So there's construction companies, professional services like architects and engineers, there's consultants, there are real estate people, there are hairdressers, there are caterers, there's all kinds of companies that want to do business with the city. And remember, whether you are a for-profit or a nonprofit, everybody should register in Vendor Connection. And then the certifications are definitely for firms that are for-profit. But any nonprofits, you register the way that Sandra had mentioned earlier, and you create a profile with all of your information and select those commodity codes to tell us what kind of services you provide or what kind of products you sell, so that you can start doing business with the city. It is a tool. The certifications are a tool. As I was talking to Tyra earlier before the presentation, it's a tool that you use much like a hammer. The hammer, if it's sitting there, doesn't do anything by itself, but you got to pick it up, and you might need a nail or two. That's partners like us to help, drive your business home. So certification is a great marketing tool. You are listed in multiple databases, but it is definitely something that you will make sure you're continuing to do all the things you have done so far. You're going to market your business. You're going to still go out and meet and greet. You're still going to go things. You're still going to do all the things that are important as an entrepreneur to drive your business. The certification helps you get that exposure in other avenues. So it's a really good tool.
That's so good, Miss Deanna. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Like, just because you are certified, once you get certified, does not mean, everything's gravy and the money is going to be rolling in. You have to get out there and network, bring your business cards, some of these pre-bid meetings, that hopefully when you reach out to some of these contacts within these departments, you can understand what that means a little bit more, but it's a constant cycle and hustle. And this is a huge marketing tool for your business. Okay, and let's see, we got Amanda. Let's see, Amanda in the chat. Will there be a session on resources for nonprofit organizations in Austin? Unfortunately, Amanda, there will not be, but with because I also run a nonprofit too and feel that question so much. With the recap of information we're going to send back out, it's going to have resources and sort of some framework for what nonprofits can do to get in the game too. It's not as extensive as the for-profit side. Like, the information won't be as extensive, but you'll definitely get some jewels and some gems to point you in the right direction. So make sure you sign up for our Eventbrite. That's going to allow us to capture your email so we can blast you with this next level of information. Let's see, let me put this in the chat here in case you all need it. But yeah, it might have been a 16-part series if we we need to do the work with the nonprofits too. Oh, awesome. Okay. Oh, Miss Blender, what? Miss Blender Hill's in the building. You must have snuck in. I think after a certain amount of time, folks just recognizing some folks' Zoom. I don't know. Glad to have you, my dear. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Oh, since I see you, Blender, and I don't know if you're in a position to want to speak. I don't want to put you on the spot, but did you want to cultivate some of the more of the pre-bid information, or how people can network once they get certified? You may not want to, but
I think you've touched on it.
okay.
You know,
Cool.
we've learned a lot today with Rive and Deanna and Sandra. The only thing that we talked about was to make sure that whenever you are going to any of the sessions on Austin Finance Online that Rive spoke of earlier, that you go to the pre-bids, that you market yourself, that you bring your cards. And what I like to do is on the back of the card, write down where I met the person and what we were specifically talking about. And the same with what Deanna's talking about with certification and everything, that it's a marketing tool, and make sure that you just get out there.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss Splendor. Always a pleasure to hear your voice. We got Miss Terry Mitchell in the chat. What are the costs to getting certified? Nice. I believe it is free 99, right?
It is. Miss
Okay.
Mitchell, there is no cost to get certified. There is no application fee. And there's no review fee. As Tyra said, it is free 99.
Oh, yes. Excellent. One question that I had too, and this is just from some experience, Miss Sandra and Miss Deanna, making sure we're going to have a session on this, but the importance of the business keeping up their taxes or compliance, where can folks go to make sure that once they get through this process and get certified, maintaining certification? Is there someone where they can go to get a better understanding of that, or will the person walking them through the certification process help them stay aware of what's necessary? I don't know if
Tyra, this is Deanna.
Okay.
Go ahead and answer that.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. I don't know if
when you're applying for certification with City of Austin, as Sandra said, there's no fees or anything. So we really work every day with our applicants, all of our entrepreneurs and business owners through the process. So we will always send you notices. That's why when you create your profile, it's very important to keep it up to date all the time, because we will contact you and let you know, hey, it's time to renew. Hey, we need this or that. We will always give you a heads up and whatever that you need. But anyway, we'll walk you through the process. Even the application process is all online. And so, but if you have questions, there's multiple ways to get a hold of us. Within that database that Sandra showed you, the certification and compliance system, there's a help desk inside of there. There's a message center that you could send us a quick email. There's, of course, we have the presentation that has our contact information. Our city website has that as well. And so we try to make sure we're always available so that if you have any questions, we can answer those and walk you through the process. But those are good questions.
phenomenal. Thank you, Miss Deanna. Appreciate that.
Excuse me a second. Can I just chime in? This is Elton Price.
Oh, hey.
Hi, how you doing? So,
Hey, Mr. Price.
hi, how y'all doing? Real quick, I was just going to add, thanks, Sandra and Deanna. But the certification is a 4-year process, so you don't have to worry about this until every 4 years or so. And if you're an M or WBE, and I think Deanna was just talking about notices, those come out 60 days prior to anniversaries, all of those things. So we stay in contact with you. We want to make sure you recertify, want to make sure your annual reviews are done on time. So that information is, that's why it's so important to keep your email contact information within the system up to date. And not only for notices, but for opportunities. I mean, it's not good being certified if you don't get the chance to have opportunities because you missed an opportunity because your email or contact information isn't up to date. So just wanted to chime in on that. Thanks, ladies. You did a great job. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity to come out and talk about certification with the City of Austin. It's something we hold dear to our heart, so we like sharing that information.
Thank you so much, Mr. Price. I just, I'm so grateful you're here. And yes, it's been a great journey. And thank you for that insight I don't want to misspeak. So we need our backbone here. Great to hear you. And trying to see so make sure you all fill out the survey. That would help us a lot. Mainly just help us help you. And of course, this will be available to you. You know, we are all kind of pulling our community resources together. So give us a little bit of time, but we're gonna get this information to you as intended. And yeah, as everyone at the SMBR team said, you know, they reach out. Don't be a stranger. Any other questions? And we're really good on time. This session was until 6:30. So if you just have something on your heart and the spirit's moving you, get it out while you have these wonderful folks live. You know. Okay. And anything else from you, Miss Terry Mitchell, for
No, ma'am, this has been amazing.
Okay.
I think maybe resending the survey and maybe the contact information for Miss Deanna and Miss Sandra, but this was a wonderful session. Thank you so much, Miss Sandra.
Thank you for all joining.
Excellent. Oh, and last thing before everyone leaves, and I forgot to say this last session, but there's in your chat box, and it should be the case for mobile and desktop, I believe. In your chat box, there's like 3 little dots on the right-hand side of it or somewhere in it. If you click on those 3 little dots and scroll up or just kind of feel around, you'll see a space where it says save chat. That might be helpful for you all to kind of reference some of the links that were given today as well until you get the information, the recap information. So yeah, I guess that's it, folks. Great to see you all. It's a pleasure again, Miss Sandra and Miss Deanna and Mr. Price. Just well, I'm not gonna put you on the spot. I was gonna do the spiel on you, Miss Splendor in the chat, Miss Reve. We appreciate the City of Austin team. We'll see you all tomorrow hopefully for our 12:30 state sales and use tax session. And then we have another one at 5:30, how to write proposals. So I will see you all later. Have a great evening. Until next time.
Bye. Thank you for joining. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.